What's happening, everybody? Finally back to do a music collection update. This time I'm going to do 3 CDs and 1, 2, 3, 4 albums, I think. Since I'm not very good at math, it may be more than 4, but I think 4. So we're going to stick with that for now. Yeah, and 3 CDs. Did I say that? I think I said that. So I'm just going to start real quick with the CDs. There is a band that I've been listening to on YouTube now for a few months, 7 or 8 months, and decided to go ahead and pull the trigger and get one of their CDs. It's one of those where I don't know the band well enough to invest in them vinylly. Is that a word, vinylly? But I did want to pick up one of their CDs, so I found it pretty cheap. It is Living Death out of Germany. This is from '89. And I'm digging a lot of what I'm hearing from them. The problem is with them is they had a lot of lineup changes, and they only lasted, I won't say only, from like early 80s. They kind of started out like as a just traditional heavy metal band, and then slowly became heavier, more into the thrash. And this is their last CD with the original lineup. Is that right? I could be bad. Anybody knows anything about this band, let me know. But either way, after this album, which is like their 4th album, the band split up and then reformed with a bunch of different people. So, and they did one more album. But this is, to me, of all the ones I've heard, World Neuroses by Living Death is this is the one I picked as the one I wanted to start with from them. So, really, really cool thrash. I've got to check out more of their stuff, especially the earlier stuff I haven't really delved into, because I'm more of a thrash guy, but I do like, traditional heavy metal. So they would support bands like Warlock and things like that when they first started out. And so kind of in that, not really power, but traditional heavy metal, maybe a little elements of speed metal maybe when they first started. But so, like I said, I've not listened to this whole CD, but I've listened to most of it online and really, really like it. So I know I'm going to dig this. Another band I picked up, one of the few bands from Belgium that I know of, especially heavy. They're not really thrash either. They're more like proggy, I don't know, speed metal-y. But anyway, who cares? They're good heavy metal. Evil Invaders. Been around since, I want to say like late 2000s, like maybe like 2007. And this is like 3rd or 4th CD. I don't do a lot of research on these, man. I'm just throwing out what I might know. I'm throwing out stuff that may be accurate. Oh, I forgot to. Let me go back to Living Death real quick, if I didn't show this. Kind of cool, man. It's a little bit different. This is ARG, or if you're a pirate, ARG Records, that redid this release. And it's kind of cool. Got the CD in the back, but in between got this little booklet that it's got the lyrics and stuff. So if you like cool digipacks, you'll like this one. So, alright, now back to Evil Invaders. Oh, did I show the CD good? There you go. I know most people don't care, but some people really want to see all this stuff, so I try to cater to them, because I like seeing it. Alright, now back. Evil Invaders. Ooh. So, speed metal type. Really, really cool. Belgium. It's another band I've been listening to online for a while and decided to go ahead, pull the trigger on this. At the same time, I got the 2 CDs, Evil Invaders and Living Death, from the same seller for really good price. So CD if you want to see it. And they're still around. Living Death broke up '91, I think, after they toured on their last album, and I haven't seen anything where they like get back together and do like reunion shows. So. But apparently they have a pretty big cult following. I don't know. I don't know if that's in America or worldwide, because I don't really know anyone that's talked about Living Death. So if you have, sorry. All right, and I hadn't even opened this one yet. And I went ahead and got Creator. I've been trying to get some more CDs so I can burn them for my truck, because I got the, what is it? Like, where you stick the thumb drive in, auxiliary or whatever. Not a big fan, man. I'd rather just put the CDs in, but I'd have to pay to get it. And it's got the built-in dash TV thing, so it cost me a lot to replace it. So I've been burning some CDs. But I like that. I still have a physical copy for the house. I will say CDs, I don't know, CDs and cassettes probably get played about the same, but it's 90% of the time I'm playing vinyl. But I would like to have a CD changer for the truck one of these days. I don't even know if they still make them. Alright. And I have no idea. This came out, 2012. Here we go. So, I've not owned a physical copy of this album. I won't say that I'm a fan of the whole album, but there's enough songs on here to make me want to buy it. The title track being probably, I guess, the best. I like United in Hate. So, not their greatest album, but not their worst. Somewhere in the middle of the pack to me. Alright. And let's see. I've been trying to fill in some gaps lately, and in addition to filling in gaps, I'm trying to go back and get OG pressings of some albums that I really, really, really like, and think that the originals sound better. Sometimes the OG doesn't sound as good as a repressing, but especially for heavy metal, I like to go back and get the DMM pressings, direct metal mastering, and just depends. I do a lot of research on the pressings if I really, really like the album. So I've been selling some so I can afford to get the originals. So. But filling in the gaps, I picked up the maxi single for Anthrax, Madhouse. One side Madhouse, the other side AR, which is one of my favorite Anthrax songs, and God Save the Queen. Which, not the best cover in the world, but it's okay to me. I'll listen to it. And I don't think this has had a repressing, so this just comes out 7-inch or 12-inch, and I always get, if I can, I'm going to try to get this 12-inch, maxi singles. So, Island Records. And this is, well, that's 84, but that's because it's the, alright, so 86 for Madhouse, because it came out on Spreading the Disease, and then 84 for the other two, because they come out on Fistful of Metal. Alright. But this pressing came out 86. Alright, and speaking of Fistful of Metal, I picked up the Music for Nations pressing. It's supposed to be the best pressing of this album to a lot of people. I have listened to it and ripped, so if you want to check it out. And I have to agree, it's a lot better than I had the 10-inch Armed and Dangerous Fistful of Metal combination, and I mean, it sounded okay, man, but I ended up getting both the EP. I think I showed Armed and Dangerous in my last video, and then I picked this up. So, alright. So if you want to check it out, I did a rip a few videos back. You know what, and I've probably talked about this before, so I'm getting old and I repeat things, but I will say, I like Fistful of Metal better than most people. I think it's one of the best speed metal albums ever made. And they weren't thrash yet. They had, the band was new, and what? I mean, really, who did they have to go off of in New York, except for maybe some of the bands over in the Bay Area that they had, kind of listened to in terms of the thrash. So they kind of developed their own sound, which was more speed metal on this. And to be honest with you, Neil Terman's vocals on here are outstanding. I don't care what anybody says. Now, I do prefer Joey Belladonna, but for this album, I think Neil was the best vocalist they could have put on there, because they were a different band back then. Lyrically, everything, they were different. And I always dug that cover, man. And then the back. I've seen documentaries on like thrash metal, and especially like the Bay Area thrash scene. Murder in the Front Row, that documentary I watched recently. I would love if somebody made one on like Overkill and Anthrax and the other bands that kind of developed either at the same time or right after that Bay Area metal scene, Because I know a pretty good bit, you know, about Bay Area metal. It's just because, you know, it was the most popular, and I'll do that later. It was the most popular thrash out, you know, in the early 80s, and then, well, all the 80s, because when I got into thrash in like 88, Bay Area was still reigning, you know. But Anthrax was, you know, coming into their own, Among the Living and all that kind of in the late 80s and stuff. So I would like to see, like, how the New York bands kind of developed their sound as opposed to, like, the Bay Area. So, anyway. Alright. I haven't opened these, so you get to open these with me. Destruction. My favorite Destruction album. And there's probably only 3 Destruction albums I want. I'm a fan of Destruction, but I'm not a fan of all their albums. Their early stuff for me is where it's at. I saw them live 2 or 3 years ago in Atlanta, and it was like Jungle Rot opened, which they're just boring, man. I know a lot of people like Jungle Rot, man, but they bore me to tears. Who else opened that? Oh, yeah, it was Warbringer. Warbringer killed it. And then Jungle Rot came on board me to death. And then Destruction came out, and I'd never seen them. And they were just terrible. Their sound was so bad. They had to stop, and they were getting mad. Well, I don't know who they were getting mad at. It seemed like they were frustrated at the sound, but I don't know if it was their fault, their people, or the venue or what, but whew, it was rough. We left. I didn't see the whole show. And that's rare for me. Oh, wow. Alright, so this is the recent High Roller Records repress 2018. I think they did, what, 2 or 3 of these? 2 or 3 of their albums, the early ones. And it comes with, I didn't know it would come with this. What do you call these? Press photo or whatever? Early photo of the band. I wonder how that one guy felt. The guy kind of with the shorter hair, and it's not curly. I wonder if he felt weird. You know, like all these guys are like spending money on product for their hair, and he's like, "Well, I'm just gonna run my fingers through mine, and I'm good." I miss hair, man. I miss hair. I used to have. My hair was so thick, I'd have to get it, what do you call it, thinned out. Because it was so thick they couldn't cut it, so I had to thin it out and then cut it. So those days are over. All right. And we got an inner. That's pretty cool. So you got partial discography on one side. I can tell you the ones I want. I like to get Crack Brain, the Mad Butcher, and Infernal Overkill. Those are the. I might, and I'd probably throw maybe like Eternal Devastation over there, but I wouldn't want to pay a lot for it. So I might be looking at a few more of these, and then you got some cool stuff there. High Roller Records, quality reissues. You always get like a, I don't know what you call this, catalog of their releases, their re-releases. They have cornered the market on a lot of European and especially German old heavy metal and thrash. Holy Moses, even some new bands like I know they did Holy Moses, and then they did new bands. They did what's that band called? Oh gosh, I'm so old. Oh, Hitting, yeah. So anyway, so they're cool record label, one of my favorites. They always do it upright, and they always do a poster. So this should be the album cover, which, by the way, is one of the best album covers ever. Look at that. They had some cool album covers there for a long time. Oh yeah, been there. I felt like that guy before. Another inner. So this would probably be the original inner that they redid there. Cool stuff. And Swamp Green. Suppose there's like 500 of these. I always see that, and then it seems like there's a lot more out there. So, but this was actually Same price as the black vinyl, and black vinyl sold out, so I got this one. So they had a sale on metal, one of those sites that sell records. Oops. Fix that real quick. All right, now we're good. All right. And I don't know. Did I show this enough? So the cover, which you saw the poster. So cool, cool, cool. There's short hair. The short hair guy's the drummer. Look at that. Everybody else is long and curly. Oh, that's my nickname in college, long and curly. All right. And then just to throw a big curveball and everything, we have non-metal. The Decemberists. Picaris. My favorite. Yeah, my favorite. Decemberists album. I had this on CD. And this is a recent reissue that I saw and I picked up. And it was on sale as well. There's a lot of places having some really good sales, man. Alright, so this is a gatefold 2. Now this is it. So if all you like is heavy metal, you can turn away now. Thanks for watching. You rock. Now if you're into different stuff, like indie rock or folk or, up that alleyway, you might dig this band. Pretty popular at times. Alright. Man, maybe that's not a gatefold. I can't tell. Yeah, it's a gatefold. Looks like a lot of stuff in here too. Who did this reissue? Or maybe, oh no, it's their original company they've always been with. Jealous Butcher Records. And I think they're out of Portland. City of Brotherly Love. Just kidding. It's a mess there. Alright. There we go. Oh, I hate it when you gotta take off the wrap shrink and it's got the hype sticker on it. I'd rather put them on the records. That's just me. I'm old school. Alright, there's that. Let's see what else is in here. Oh, okay. Okay, I get it now. Alright. Look at this, first time I've seen them use these sleeves. Usually Jealous Butcher does the white paper with the poly liners, but alright. So, this came out when? 2000 and something. And I'm full of information tonight. 2005. And I saw them on a show, and I can't remember what, and I went and got it like the next day, the CD. And I have, gosh, 3 or 4 of their albums, but I never had this. And like I say, they just reissued it. And man, they did a great job on this thing. Alright, so just the front and then the back. And then there's a booklet. And that's cool. Alright, see if I can do this without messing anything up. So on the inner, you got this. And then you got this booklet over here that you flip through with lyrics, it looks like. And then some pictures and stuff. Let's see. Yeah. Alright. So, that's really, really cool. Kind of unique there. The vinyl's kind of just, regular old vinyl. The labels are kind of plain. That's alright with me. Because I know this album, so it's good. So other albums are like that. And this double LPs, obviously, it's a gatefold. And it's got the regular songs that came originally with the album on side A, B, and C, and then side D's got some bonus materials. So, that's well done. And this wasn't that much either. I think this was 22, and I got the Destruction for 23, I think. Either way, I know they're both under $25. So, alright. Sorry I rambled so long. Those are my new albums. Thanks for sticking with me. If you did till the end. If you didn't, then you'll never hear this, so what does it matter? But, yeah, I appreciate everybody that watches, even if you kind of watch and you're like, fast forward, or, watch it later, or whatever. Hey, you tried. You tried. So, let me know what you think of these. If you got any questions, or if you own these, or whatever, let me know what you think. Comments are always appreciated. That's why I do this. I like talking about music and bands and comics and all kinds of stuff. So I look forward to comments and questions. So take care, everybody. Again, thanks for watching, and we'll talk to you soon. Bye out.